I hate all of you.
So I am 100% convinced that I'm going to have to like brain bleach after this. Um,
Gun,
Also, we're going to have to censor me a lot.
Gun Cannon 109, you're partly responsible for this, and I want you to know that. So even though we're still, working on the our goal with getting everything squared up after that car accident, you know what? Screw it.
We were able to find a Force movie set for 15 bucks that came with a Transformer toy, so we paid for the robot, got 4 movies for free.
Yeah,
Um,
gotta be honest with you guys. We were gonna do this because those of you who have been loyal to the channel for this long, the least you deserve is to hear us break down as we try to get through this Michael Bay monstrosity.
yep.
Um, so as you may recall, just previously and before and after, Rena and I watched Transformers 2007 and came away from it thinking this
This is I.
this is right. It's okay. And then we were decided we were going to try to tackle the other 4 films in the Michael Bay Transformers pantheon. I hate these movies so much. I've only ever watched Transformers 1, 2, and 3. I have not seen Age of Extinction or The Last Night. So I don't know really the Mark Wahlberg movies that well, but we get to the first sequel today.
All right, and here it is. Ooh, ultraviolet. They stopped doing ultraviolet. Um, these aren't even in here in order. It goes Transformers Disc 1 feature film, Transformers Dark of the Moon, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and then Age of Extinction. They put these in here in the wrong order.
This is a beautiful box set.
Um, I'm happy that it goes 1, 3, 2, 4.
Who put this set together?
I feel like the person who put them in here was really bored.
So so
I
um
get that feeling.
so discs aside, here we are. Revenge of the Fallen. I'm a little ashamed to admit I've actually seen this one several times before. I know this one
I
pretty.
know I've seen it at least once.
I or,
See the hilarious bit in the last video.
Well, and for that matter, everyone who's if you're a longtime watcher of the channel, you of course know I've seen this. The infamous Staff of Doom video is based on this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my first time in a very long time watch. This might be the first time in a decade I've watched.
Well, it did come out in 2009.
Yeah, so I do want to point something out before we go in though.
10-year celebration of crotchety old grandpa playing.
I want to point something out before we get into this though. This was made during the writer's strike. That is, I feel like that's a really important detail because this was not a movie that was made with a really complete working script. They had to keep working even though the writer's strike was going on, and so the story wasn't really completed before filming. I want to point that out. That I feel like is worth noting before we dig into this one too much.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts, Rena, going in?
My thoughts are Blu-ray discs will only play in a Blu-ray player. I
this is the
I've
one.
seen it and I think I enjoyed it when it came out, but Scorponok's not in it, so I'm hard pressed.
Oh, you might actually.
Wait, is he in it?
Scorponok does make a little appearance in this
Oh,
movie.
Scorponok!
Um,
We're just gonna have like me cheering for Scorponok every time I can.
my when I first saw it in theaters, I actually didn't hate it, but I do want to put the caveat that my grandfather had like just been diagnosed with like cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and I was having the worst week. So basically, any big loud movie was going to make me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
This was, however, the movie when I first started noticing just how racist Michael Bay actually is.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll probably get
The
into that
twins are
more.
in this one, aren't
This is
they?
the one with the twins. This is with the racist twin Autobots.
Aren't they like an ice cream truck?
Initially, they're an ice cream truck, and then they're two like they're two separate cars, and they talk in gangsta accents, and it's really offensive. This movie also features the Fallen, who was
Staff of Doom.
Stafford Doom. I got this. Who was a character from the Dreamwave comics, who modern Transformers lore has turned him into this really like interesting part of the founding of their universe. But originally he was just this weird dude.
Kooky old dude.
Well, no, he was like this dude who was the harbinger of Unicron, and he was constantly on fire.
Yeah, kooky old dude.
And
TM. Trademark.
so let's see if a movie needs a writer in order to make sense.
The answer is usually yes. I
Um,
mean, most people didn't watch this back to back with Rise of the Cobra,
they
so
should have.
they should have.
Either that or
That's the best double feature.
it's it's cheaper than an actual lobotomy.
Oh no, we have what is that cartoon in the house?
Oh, Machine Robo.
Yeah, we have Machine Robo in the house. That's
Brain Damage, the anime. That well, we're getting off track. It's we got to get into Transformers
I
as much as I
guess.
don't want. I'm all I'm saying is that this is everyone's fault but mine, and I'll see you after the jump.
I cannot believe how bad that was.
I
At least the cat was on your lap for the whole movie.
I hated this so much more than I remembered hating it.
It's awful.
Oh my god. So again, some of you might have actually been introduced to my channel through that Staff of Doom video where I took apart just how stupid this movie's plot is. I
And then we go back and we realize there actually isn't a plot until over an hour
the
in.
plot doesn't start till an hour and a half into the movie. The rest is just inciting incidents that don't incite anything. Oh my Oh my this movie hates the only thing this movie hates more than people of color are women. It's racist. It's really sexist. It's really homophobic.
And it's very anti-Egypt.
Oh god. So okay, so the first person we need to take to task, Zahi Hawass. So I love Zahi
Why?
Hawass.
Why did he let that happen?
I love Zahi Hawass. If you don't know him, he is the chief Egyptologist for Egypt's National Museum. He's in charge of everything that happens to the pyramids. And he okayed them filming on the Great Pyramid because he liked the first movie. This is an insult to him and everyone in his field. Full of ancient aliens bullshit. Oh my god, this movie. This movie is
It is everything that Zahi decries.
ancient aliens all over the place. Um, I don't.
Desecrating the tomb of great kings.
Complete with also not only does the Great Pyramid get shot at and basically blown up, but we get a robot scrote joke. With a Devastator that doesn't have a single wrecking ball in any of the components that build him up, but he has two wrecking balls for testicles because testicle jokes, I guess.
There were so many testicle jokes in this movie.
God.
There were so many dick jokes, so many humping jokes. It was just a lot of lowbrow humor.
It's
So much lowbrow humor.
like so the thing about the plot not kicking in, I think that's part of where you can tell there wasn't a writer for most of this process.
It's like they had part of the final act scripted, and that's it.
Oh, I'm certain that that's what it was. And then there's just all this other crap that no one. No, they were probably going off of like a first draft of a script, not like an actual script. It's hard to believe that this movie was
It doesn't even sound like a draft of a script. I think it was just the outline.
like it feels that way. It's so
Like, each inciting incident is a bullet point.
like they were all ideas and they were and so much of this movie is so long and you could cut probably half an hour
90% of
to
it.
an hour of it and you would lose nothing.
Like, if we would have 2 times speeded over all of the military shenanigans, or anything involving the parents,
Oh god, yeah, the parents are so bad.
how are they worse than the first movie?
I told you that they get worse. Yeah, yeah. I don't think they're in the third. I don't remember I only saw the third one once and I hated it and I never wanted to see it again. I guess we're gonna find out,
We love you guys too much.
but we're
I
not gonna do it
guess.
tonight. This was a
No.
lot to get through, you guys.
I was screaming at the TV a lot.
I
There was a lot
screaming
of
at the
screaming.
TV too. You're making it sound like I wasn't.
Oh no, no, mine was high pitched, like, why would you do that? Screaming.
Um.
And a lot of inaudible noises, really.
So a couple of
Unintelligible.
your favorite characters were in this one.
Scorponok?
You. I promise, Scorponok.
I got Scorponok for all of half a scene.
How about Soundwave? How about how they treated Soundwave?
You mean Frank Welker voicing a piece of scrap metal in the sky?
Yep.
And
Ravage.
okay, Ravage was great.
Ravage they actually kind of nailed.
Ravage was amazing. I loved Ravage. Ravage was good. It's cat shockwave.
But
I loved the thing made of ball bearings.
yeah, that was kind of cool. It was like it started out
Leafy
like
sea dragon.
it was like scraplets that combined into a sea dragon. That was cool.
Very angry sea dragon.
That was fun. The little Decepticons in the kitchen were really funny. I actually liked that
Your
bit.
favorite was the garbage disposal.
Uh-huh. He farted.
He was vomiting everywhere
I
too.
hate this movie so much. I'm so
That
desperate.
opening gag with the minicons was probably the best part of this movie, and that's
And then it's
pain.
just all down. Oh, and like so much for continuity. John Turturro's character's first name changed
again.
between movies.
I don't think it stayed the same in the first movie.
I don't remember. I think they just called him Simmons after they introduced. But yeah, we get that. Frickin' Bumblebee, he can't talk again. He had his voice back at the end of the first movie. Suddenly he's just like, oh, I can't talk again. Rup, 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 rup.
Oh my god.
We have to talk about the twins.
Do we though?
The twins are so we have these
Okay, so
really
Jazz
racist,
Jazz was pretty racist to begin with.
and then they dialed it up. Like
And then
they made Jazz from the first movie look positively enlightened. These are homophobic, they're homophobic, illiterate black robots. One of whom has a gold tooth.
multiple and they're crooked and
Yeah, they have crooked teeth. This is so racist. One of them was voiced by Tom Kenny, by the way. So
yeah.
yeah. Tom Kenny also voices a robot that humps Megan Fox's leg,
Which is not okay.
which is very not okay. I can't emphasize enough the gender politics that I just cannot get behind.
Robots don't have junk that is canonical within the Transformers franchise. Don't ask me why it's canonical.
Okay, no, I'm gonna give it a calm-headed retort to that. because one of the best parts of the IDW books is that it explores what romance and relationships mean to a non-sexual species, and it's one of the strongest parts of the series.
I'm
You have
really,
to agree. It's one of the
yeah, that
strongest
is
parts of
one
the
of the
comics.
strongest things. And I'm sitting here going like, what? Literally, why the balls?
Yeah, yeah. It's just all this really lowbrow humor. Like I said, that first movie was the high point for Megatron. They brought Megatron back from the dead, and he's a secondary villain. Yeah, Megatron. So Megatron, this is one of my favorite things in this movie. And like favorite, I mean this like the wrong way.
He's dead. Hello, Master.
Yeah, Megatron comes in and says, "Even in death, I am the only leader." And literally his next line is, "My master," to the Fallen. Who, oh my god, the frickin' Fallen, you guys. You guys know how I feel. If you saw my old video, you know how I feel about him. What the hell? This is such a stupid villain. He's got a magic staff of doom that makes things levitate. He's totally ineffective as a bad guy. Like the final battle, if you can even figure out what's going on during it, is over in like 30 seconds. Optimus dies. He's dead for like an hour of the movie. Then he comes back and just, it's not even like a fight. It's just a one-sided curve stomp, both Megatron and the Fallen. And he rips he rips the Fallen's face off.
So, like, I'm not talking, but I'm sitting here shaking my head silently in distress. I wish you could see, because I'm just like, "Nyeh."
The Autobots are so brutal in this movie. Needlessly so. Like, one of the first scenes, Optimus and Ironhide have this Decepticon taken hostage, and like this Decepticon says something cryptic, "The Fallen will rise," and instead of asking him about it, Optimus just shoots him in the face.
Shoots him in the spark.
Um,
He shot him in the spark chamber.
the next fight, Optimus rips a Decepticon's face in half, like rips his head in half, and it's brutal. There's like
was it Sideswipe who just kind of vivisected a guy?
Sideswipe vivisects a guy and then pats himself on the back for it.
I'm so cool.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, the Autobots are sociopaths in this movie. All of them.
And it just gets worse when the quote-unquote Matrix of Leadership chooses Obi-Wan Wiki-Obi.
Yeah, it's great. Like, the Matrix of Leadership, which is nothing like the thing that they named it after from the 86 movie. It's the key to the Sun Harvester. But also,
you can only get it from Prime Heaven.
You can only get it from Robot Heaven, yeah. And they'll only give it to you if you show leadership skills. So, like, if you go to a team building exercise, then go to Prime Heaven, maybe you can get it.
I think I would qualify for Prime Heaven.
Wait, but what leadership skills did Sam show?
None.
All he did was whine and refuse to say "I love you" to his girlfriend. Like the piece of shit that he is.
Megan Fox is a better character than literally anyone in this movie except for Jetfire.
I know I said it before, but I have to say it again. Megan Fox is a wonderful human being. She didn't deserve how she was treated in this movie. She didn't deserve how she's treated by the script, and she didn't deserve the kind of outlash and crappy treatment from misogynist assholes like I was when this movie came out. I was a bad person, and what I said was wrong. I want more people to come forward and say that, because she is an amazing human being. And you know what?
Props to non-binary kids too.
And she did the best she could with this script.
And
Like,
it's not her fault that, like, literally Michael Bay's only thing with her is, oh look, no bra, jiggle titty.
right? Like, but there were a couple scenes where she was clearly doing the best she could with this shitty script. Like, she was doing her damnedest. Not her fault. Not her
Shia
fault.
LaBeouf was doing his best too.
Oh yeah, Shia continued to... It's not Shia's fault that this character that he was given is an insufferable piece of garbage. not on Shia LaBeouf. It's not on him. This was a bad. What there was of the script that existed was bad. Oh, there's the roommate. We didn't mention how awful the roommate character Leo was. God, John Turturro somehow became more annoying and more insufferable in this movie.
Something about seeing his junk.
Yeah, that was really necessary. Thanks, movie. How did this movie get a PG-13?
I don't know.
Like, I
don't know.
legitimately want to know.
Oh, I like Dr. Robot.
Oh yeah, the little doctor robot. He was kind of funny.
If someone has him and doesn't want him, can I have him?
I told Rena there was a toy of him, and yeah.
I want him. He's cute. I don't like his friend the demon squid, but I like him. The demon squid to go inside Witwicky's brain.
Yeah, that was like just straight out of the Matrix.
I was literally screaming and covering my eyes and asking if it was over because I can't do parasites.
Oh, it's gonna be weird when we rewatch the Matrix. That's I mean, it's only one scene though, and it's over pretty fast.
That's true.
It's over pretty fast.
I'm pretty sure the Witwicky scene took longer.
It did. I promise you it did. Also,
I mean, I couldn't even watch that scene in Wrath of Khan.
Also, unlike this movie, The Matrix is still actually kind of good. I think The Matrix is still okay.
We need to do it before and after.
We need to do it before and after on the first Matrix. Yeah, it's amazing how much worse this is than the first one. Because at least the first one's a fun popcorn action flick. There's nothing redeeming in this movie. Oh, okay. Jetfire. We didn't talk about him. You mentioned him. We should talk about Jetfire.
Jetfire is like my favorite kind of Transformer. He's a crotchety old cranky piece of shit.
And he was fun and his lines were really funny.
Yeah.
Like I loved
that stupid war still going on.
My father was a wheel. The first wheel. You know what he turned into?
Nothing.
But he did it with honor. That was so funny. That's such a funny and he's so there's so much heart and levity in that scene, and none of it's in the rest of the movie.
And he ground bridges.
Yeah. We had a reference to space bridges, ground bridge. Yeah, we had bridges,
which is the first and only time they show up so far.
In these movies, anyway. Yeah, they're not used quite as well as...
you had a stellar voice cast.
Yeah.
I don't know what...
None of the voice actors in this movie deserve to be in this movie. Obviously, Peter Cullen. They actually had...
Frank Welker was in it, but not as Megatron.
Only as Soundwave and a couple other random Decepticons, so that was weird.
Red Skull was Megatron.
Yeah. Friggin' Grey Delisle as RC. What a waste. What a waste. You get Azula and you give her a crap part like that. Tom Kenny deserved better. Tom Kenny deserved a lot better, but he's the second best Starscream, so I guess he can take that.
Wasn't this coming out at around the same time?
Yes, this came out around the same time. And this movie made millions and animated got canceled. That makes me angry.
See, Tom Kenny's voice just generally freaks me out. But
his Starscream
is so good. His
Starscream is so good.
Then again, like SpongeBob was traumatic for me, so which would ruin a voice for me.
No, that's fair. There was one of the primes in Robot Heaven is played by frickin' Bulkhead, which was really distracting for me. Prime Bulkhead, not animated Bulkhead, but still, it was distracting and awful.
Yeah.
That was the worst part about this voice cast was how many of them I was thinking, I've heard you in good Transformers things.
Or I've heard you in good things.
In good things, in the case of Grey Delisle, yeah.
It's like, why?
This movie was so much worse than I remembered it being. And
the one scene I remembered was them in the building by the bottles in the wall. That's it. I didn't remember any other part of this movie because I liked the visually stunning scene setup. That was it.
And Michael Bay's weird camera work. Like, it was somewhat distracting in the first movie, but it's insufferable here. The camera
Oh my,
won't stay still.
are you filming a movie or are you filming a perfume ad?
Yeah, yeah, you can tell Michael Bay cut his teeth on commercials and music videos, which he's very good at, but you can't shoot quiet dialogue scenes like that. Yeah,
With a spinning camera that's moving at 20 miles an hour around these people.
you you're not taking in any of the information because your brain is so overwhelmed by this spinning camera. Oh, it's
For
so
for a
bad.
lot of it, I couldn't even tell what was going on.
It
And like I was trying to focus, and that's the thing about me is I need we should have had the subtitles on.
in the theater, I actually got dizzy during the first Sam and Michaela arguing about who says "I love you" first scene because the camera
So
kept spinning.
so like I remember more of Rise of the Cobra than this.
Rise of the Cobra is a better movie. That hurt to say. G.I. Joe Rise of the Cobra shouldn't be a better movie than anything. But
Here we are.
here we are. I mean, it had Ray Park, Channing Tatum, and that awesome Korean actor who played Storm Shadow, so it had all that going for it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but oh my god.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Mm.
So yeah, fam, the Izumi Nation, this is how much we love you. We have 3 more of these cinematic catastrophes that we're gonna watch for you. Um, but we need a break. So thank you for waiting for us. We're gonna take a break. This was a lot. This was a lot, you guys.
Someone please pay me back with a figure of either the Doc or of Ravage. I'd be very happy.
Um, we
Or
had a
like $20.
hey,
And like Taco Bell.
you know what we did get out of this though? Even though we saw a bad movie, it did come with a cute little Transformers Prime Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Not a movie Bumblebee, you guys. This box set came with a figure of Transformers Prime Bumblebee.
Transformers Prime Beast Hunters
Yeah,
Bumblebee.
it's season
With
3
his battle axe, I guess.
slash I think it's supposed to be a crossbow. Whatever,
It's a weird looking
it's a
thing.
neat toy. So that toy is better than this movie.
A
It's like
lot
a
of things are better
It's
than
like
this
a 2
movie.
inch tall bumblebee, but it's
The
better
reason
than
I quit my job is better than this movie.
so yeah, this is bad, you guys. This is like really bad. I'm so scared because I remember the third one being worse. I actually remember the third one being worse, and I hate.
You can't see my eye twitching, but it's twitching really
Oh
something
my.
fierce.
So well, until next time, Izumi Nation. Um,
Keep
we
on spocking and don't watch this movie.
yeah, we actually love you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. But yeah, this movie sucks. Keep on spocking. I love you guys just as much as Michael Bay hates people.
Oh, you two dudes. What the? What the?